Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, December the 7th, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Telehoma Wildcats captured their first state title and head coach John Olive announced his retirement. And the Telehoma Christmas Parade was this past weekend. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
As we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, a beautiful life of love, forgiveness, joy, and compassion, he served others rather than being served. And when he gave it all. And to him I owe. We wish to you, each and every one, a blessed and Merry Christmas!
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. This is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. In its first ever Blue Cross Bowl state title game, Telehoma was the team left standing in a heavyweight fight on the gridiron, leaving Chattanooga with a 21-14 double overtime victory over Elizabethton in Saturday's Class 4A matchup and bringing home the gold ball. Telehoma capped off its first undefeated season with a 15-0 record and stopped the Fighting Cyclones from winning their third straight state title. After 29 seasons at the helm of the Wildcats, John Olive captured his first ever state championship. Coach Olive said, quote, "When you're my age, you really think that you're not going to win a state championship. Fortunately for me, we had an outstanding team this year. Really for the last 2 years. These teams have played really well. I'm very fortunate that we won this game in overtime." End quote. The last 2 seasons have been historic for the Wildcats as they combined for a 27-1 record. According to Olive, his players only cared about winning, which allowed Telehoma to succeed on the field. As one of Telehoma's more vocal leaders, Ian Poe, said he knew that his team would capture the state title. The senior lineman said he's proud of his teammates now that the goal has been achieved. News leaders John Gray spoke with Coach Olive about the win on yesterday's fifth quarter show.
So proud of our young men and this community, the support. Just unreal from our community here. The send-off that you gave this football team, the reception when they came back, and the crowd at the stadium was just incredible. I can tell you this, I looked out the locker room door at about the 20-minute mark before kickoff and could not believe
what was there.
What was there?
We saw a lot of us, John, saw friends and players and folks that Telehoma High School alumni hadn't seen in years and years and years, and they were in that stadium excited, absolutely beyond excited, and everybody was in a good mood and everybody was fired up, and it was. Bob Lamoya just made a statement to me a minute ago, and he said it was like a 24-hour out-of-body experience. That somebody just planned and took you on a 24-hour trip where you didn't have to do anything, and all of it turned out just perfectly.
Absolutely. I think our young men felt like that we could play with them from the get-go. I know I've had several people talk to me after the ball game and having interactions with various people from Elizabeth, and I think they really thought they were the more physical team coming into the game. I think our kids thought we were the more physical team coming into the game, and therefore it turns out to be a great ball game.
Great football game.
It was a pretty clean game, and
Yeah.
two teams are going to keep slugging it out.
Yeah.
I backed myself into a corner because our thought process all week, we've been talking to the team, is we're going to go to Chattanooga to play it to win.
Yeah.
And not trying to, just protect. And so anyway, I really thought I had probably blown it, that I'd probably cost these young men a state championship. But the factors were, if we kick it and it's good, which I think it would have been, we got to kick off to them. That means 21 and 17 have got a chance to get their hands on the ball. If we get it to the end zone, at least we hold them to the 20, but if one of those two get it and they break a tackle, they're liable to get the ball out to the 30, 35-yard line. And then you're into a 2.5-minute game of, can we tackle 10 while he's back there scrambling around trying to find 17?
Right.
And, right there early in the game when they threw the ball and he caught it, I mean, he's leaped over the top of us and caught it. He's just out of the back of the end zone. And so we're weighing all those things that, okay, do we want to play them from the 1-yard line if we don't score and make them be conservative until they can finally get it out their ways, or do we want to give them a chance that they return it out to decent field position and then they're wide open for the last 2.5 minutes of the game and us trying to tackle 10 and defend. Here comes the pass, here comes the interception. This one will live in history for a long time. Chris Usselton has just won the game. And our ball boys are going crazy over there. I mean, it is unreal.
Look at the stands. Look how many Telehoma people are in Chattanooga.
I'm telling you, the stands are roaring.
Look at that, cheerleaders out there.
Yeah, got to get everybody. Everybody is part of the family.
That's
got to
right.
get the ball boys have got to get in there. We're trying to get everybody in. Once in a lifetime thing here for these guys. So.
And I even saw a picture of the road crew.
That's right.
Tom and Jimmy.
And Jimmy and Randy.
And Coach Ricky.
And Coach Ricky. They do a great job. And, it was a fantastic experience. Can't tell our community thank you enough. We had some individuals and businesses step up and pay for the vast majority of our costs on this trip.
Well, you and I were talking.
It allowed us to stay in one of the downtown hotels instead of staying out on the outskirts somewhere. And by staying in one of the downtown hotels, we had a big ballroom that we could get to do our Friday night activities in. We had a walkthrough, and then I had a time where we just wanted the guys to chill out and relax. So we served them some food and Gatorades and water, and had a cornhole tourney. And the one problem we got is the trophy case that football keeps their stuff in. It's not large enough. It's not deep enough for this trophy. So we've got to get a trophy case, and then
I'll bet there'll be somebody gnawing at the bit to build that for you.
We'll get it done.
I wish I still had my tools. I would.
In the next week or so, and get a trophy case there to put it in and get it on display there in the gym lobby.
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
I feel like we're safe at Parkview.
There's somebody on staff all the time. So if you need help, help is there.
We are surrounded with people that are looking after us and taking care of us.
The staff is wonderful and always available. We feel so safe and secure here.
I feel safe at Parkview all the time.
The Bookshelf in Telehoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Telehoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. After 29 years at the helm of the Telehoma football program, John Olive announced Sunday that he would be stepping down as head coach of the Wildcats. Coach Olive said, quote, "It's just time in life. Coaching is a young man's game. I've been very fortunate to have coached as long as I have. I think that at the age of 63, I have been fortunate to have had as many years of coaching as I have," end quote. In his final season as the Wildcats coach, Olive and his players captured their first ever state title after winning the Class 4A championship in a 21-14 and double overtime thriller against Elizabethton. Telehoma finished the year with a 15-0 record, the program's first ever undefeated season. Olive took over the Wildcats program in 1993. During his 29 seasons in Telehoma, Olive's teams combined for a 203 and 126 record, and he finished his coaching career with an overall mark of 229 and 141. Olive said, quote, "The last 4 years have been special. To win the state championship in your final season, that's a fun way to end your career," end quote. John Gray spoke with Coach Olive about passing the baton to a new head coach.
This is the last John Olive fifth quarter show.
Yeah, it is.
After what, 30 years? 29 years we've been doing this. And for you, my friend, 29 years here in Telehoma. And to have this happen and go 2 years undefeated regular season, lose a quarterfinal, and then come and take this thing all the way through. It's a fairy tale.
It's a very blessed life that I have lived, even when there's rough times.
There's always rough times.
That's right. It's still very blessed.
But this community and we can't say enough thanks to the people who financially get behind it, and their names are not always plastered up anywhere.
That's correct.
They're the sponsors that have been on our show for years and stood up and said, yes, we don't care what the record is. We know what this is all about and what it brings to Telehoma. And they've stayed and been part of it all. And then to have it end this way for you, you've decided that you are not going to coach past now.
That's correct. I made that decision a year ago. Really started thinking about it 2 years ago. But a year ago, last December, I made the decision and I notified Dr. Stevens and Mr. Quick that this 2021 season would be my last season as the head coach at Telehoma High School. I'll still stay on as athletic director and devote my time more in that direction. In fact, it was very fun today to leave the field house and look at the other coaches and say, "You football coaches, lock this up, I'm going home." So it was kind of nice.
I'm not going to do laundry tonight. With that said, we want you to make one last promise.
All right.
Or try to. Whoever the next coach is, tell him we do a pretty good job of having a football show over here.
I will pass that along to him.
And we'd kind of like to keep on doing this.
It was kind of funny this morning. I'm with Whitney Morris, who works with our kids in the weight room and all, and she's one of our softball coaches. And anyway, her husband's called her up on the phone and I said, Whit, tell him you're going to get his opinion about applying to be the head football coach. And so she does that. He was a lot sharper than we thought, though. He said, because his handle on Twitter is the real Coach Morris.
Oh,
he said,
okay.
Forget it, the real Coach Morris has already applied. So it's good.
Well, you know, for all of us right here, and all of us at Channel 6 at P-Head Productions, Telehoma High School, our athletic department, our school system, from the superintendent down to the janitors who serve us so well, and the things that are done in our facilities, and keep up with folks and let us in and let us out and do the things that need to be done for this program to be successful. We want to say thank you very much for this 29-year run, and we hope to keep it going, and we wish for Coach Olive and Bob Lamoya comfortable retirement and a little bit more time to rest and get those joints and stuff to where you can trot out on that field every time you go on it. And we'll look forward to great things from you as our athletic director at Telehoma High School.
I'm trying to do the best I can in there.
All right, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
From all of us to all of y'all. And folks, that's it. This is the last John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. Thank you for supporting this show and this coach and our football teams for the last 29 years. But we ain't through, as Bob Couch would say. This isn't the end of the story. We'll see you next time.
And we'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared.
But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective.
Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
The Bookshelf in Telehoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Telehoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
Welcome back. Friday night was Telehoma's 65th annual Christmas parade. We had a great view of the event from the front porch of the station's new location at 207 North Jackson Street. Here are some of the highlights.
Ray Noah's coming up here in just a moment.
Yes, there he is. There's the mayor of our fair city. He's been the mayor for 2 years, and he served as alderman also for 2 terms prior to being the mayor.
Ray's driving himself tonight.
I bet he has the first lady in the car with him.
I bet he does too. I bet he does.
He does.
There's your oldest Telehoma fire truck. That's a 1936 Dodge fire truck. It was restored by the members of the fire department. Still works. You could actually still use it in case of a fire. I believe coming into view there is going to be the Telehoma High School band.
That's the award-winning Telehoma High School marching band.
The award-winning. We don't want to forget that, Candy.
Absolutely not. Let's listen to them. Okay, now, Jimmy, I believe we have Judd Matheny. He's encouraging everybody to vote.
Judd is running for Coffee County Mayor next year, so I'm impressed. We've got several candidates. Actually, the beauty queen coming up here.
That's Little Miss Telehoma.
Little Miss Telehoma.
Olivia Rose Howard, the current Little Miss Telehoma, and she would like to thank Charles and Pat Matlock, 57 Chevrolet Bel Air now.
Two-door hardtop. Well, that's a nice
The year
one.
I was born, Jimmy.
What?
Yeah, I like that.
That's going to be Chesney Russell there. Another beauty queen.
There's Mary Catherine Stroop, who is our Miss Telehoma.
She's affiliated in some way with Stroop Refrigeration.
You think so?
I think so, yes.
And comes the Telehoma Middle School Band. Jimmy, let's listen. Here's Ainsley Vaughn and Amy Farm. They are the distinguished young women of Telehoma and Cumberland Valley. Oh, they are lovely girls and also both cheerleaders.
Absolutely. That's a great program, too, by the way. You got to be smart to get.
This is the South Jackson entry, Homes for the Holidays, and that was what I was talking about a little bit earlier, which is a play that will be held December the 9th through the 12th at South Jackson Civic Center. Yes.
North Coffee Volunteer Fire Department. There it is.
It's nice of them to come over and...
Yeah, it is. 1977 Mack truck. We're looking now at the Hometown Body Shop. That's a... Let me see what that is.
That's Marty Scott. Oh, my.
Marty Scott, yeah. He has a different one every year and always a nice one. He is a car enthusiast.
Weatherspoon. Excuse me.
Especially at Christmas. This is a real one. It has a top speed of 41 miles per hour. Weighs 50.2 tons. That's a big truck.
Wow. Snoopy, Charlie Brown remind us what Christmas is all about by refocusing the attention on the angels, the shepherds, and baby Jesus born in a manger as the heart of the Christmas season. There's a Charlie Brown tree on there. Oh, yeah, Santa Claus is coming.
Santa Claus's
He's coming.
float is sponsored this year by Smart Bank.
There he is. He's back on the screen. There's Santa Claus.
There we go. Get to the end of the
Hey,
parade.
Santa Claus, look up here, Santa Claus. Here's Santa Claus, look up here. Look up here. I've been too good. I've been too good.
And we'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. So this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Telehoma.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Telehoma.
Welcome back. In lieu of playing Just Plain Living this week, we are replaying the final John Olive fifth quarter episode featuring the first state championship ever won by the Telehoma Wildcats. So tune in to the John Olive fifth quarter show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
One thing about Parkview, we could bring our animal out there with us.
It would have been a deal breaker if we had not been able to take Gracie.
Yeah, we would not have gone.
If you want to do something, there's something to do most of the day. You shouldn't get bored.
I really enjoy my life here at Parkview. I really choose what I want to do. We have a wonderful library with hundreds of books that I love. It is a wonderful place.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Telehoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Telehoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Telehoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1951 at 75 degrees. The record low for this day was in 1937 at 6 degrees. The average high for this day is 53, and the average low is 33. Mostly cloudy with a chance of rain for tonight with a low of 36. Clearing for Wednesday with a high of 53 and a low of 33. And mostly sunny skies expected for Thursday with a high of 60, a low of 51. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader. Stay safe and have a great week.